Hey, what's up, guys? This is MugenLord here, and welcome to FGC Roundup, where I take a bunch of different fighting game topics that are small enough to a point where it doesn't really need a video to itself, but if I put a bunch of different topics together, it creates a much bigger video so you guys can be up to date with what's going on in the FGC. So before we dive right into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button because it helps me here on YouTube, and hit that bell to be notified for more fighting game and JRPG news here on this channel. So we're going to dive into it. So first up, let's talk about the Arcade 1-Up Killer Instincts cabinet. It has just received a new Spectator mode and are giving out betas to those who pretty much own the cabinet itself. Now, the developer behind this ROM emulation is named Code Mystics. They're the ones that pretty much does the emulations for some of the Arcade 1-Up cabinets. But MugenLord, why is this a big deal? Why is such a big fuss about having Spectator mode? Well, if you guys don't own the Arcade 1-Up cabinets, there's some cabinets that are hit or miss when it comes to the online, to where you don't essentially have a Spectator mode, and if you do, it's very tacked on, not really much else you can do with it. But Code Mystics, who are not really owned by Arcade 1-Up, they decided to do this for free, pro bono. They wanted to do this for the KI community, to where they created a Spectator mode, and it's just more than just spectating. You can pretty much essentially set up a lobby, you can just jump in and you can watch matches play out. And not only do you watch the matches play out, you can also press the button and pretty much put a coin on the screen to say, hey, I'm up next. So while you're sitting there waiting, you can actually press the button and say, hey, I want dibs next. I want to fight the winner. And you can be able to go in and actually play the winner next. And if you continue to win, you can decide to exit out the game or continue the game. And if you lose, you don't have to get kicked out of the lobby or exit out the program itself. You can actually decide, okay, I lost, maybe I should sit back and continue to spectate. And you'll be able to sit back and spectate, and if you want to jump back in, you can just put a coin in and say, hey, I want dibs. And this is pretty much very, very intuitive Arcade 1-Up, and not even some of these, I would say, fighting games that you can find on PC and console have this feature as well, where you can just lose, spectate, and then say, hey, I want next. Like, you can either just spectate and sit back, or you can just either just jump in. So I think this is a pretty neat feature. Now, will Arcade 1-Up adopt this for future releases in their cabinets? That's going to just remain to be seen. We just have to wait for that. And then, of course, next up is Tekken 8. We just got an official announcement that Tekken 8 will have an official trailer reveal at the Game Awards coming up this week, which is, of course, December 8th. Definitely looking forward to that and see how all that's going to play out. I was super excited when they had shown it off at the Sony State of Play. I know everybody was talking about it. The visuals using the Unreal Engine, just seeing Kazuya and Jin Kazama themselves just in brand new high fidelity graphics, and you can just see the rain, the lighting effects. It just looks amazing, and I'm looking forward to see how other characters are going to look in this engine. And the question to you guys is, what characters would you love to see, and what characters will they reveal, and will this be like the closing chapter for Jin and Kazuya's storyline here on Tekken 8? Definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment sections below, and I'm looking forward to it. May even stream it as well, the awards itself, that we can all just chill and watch together. Next up, we want to talk about Spectra and DNF Duel. She was teased as future DLC, and there's going to be a grand patched balance as well. Now, as far as DNF Duel is concerned, I have got it for the PC. I've also played the beta during the time as well, and I would say that it's a pretty fun game. Now, the thing is, people call this game, I'm not really familiar with the terminology, Kusige, which is one of these games where it's just downright busted. Like, every feature, every character, there's a lot of shenanigans that every character has in their arsenal, in their kit, where you just do some crazy off the wall combos that's just pretty much busted. And pretty much DNF Duel is pretty much the newest Kusige that's out that, you know, players really enjoy to play. But there's also been some controversy surrounding it, for the simple fact is that people are waiting for the next big update, because Arc System and many of the other studios that's been working on this game has been really quiet about it. Like, what's going on? Like, Are we getting any updates for it? Is there new characters coming? When we getting the next patch for it? And many people has been falling off from the game due to there's been no news or no updates for the game at all. Well, we officially got, after Arc Evo of Japan 2022, they pretty much dropped a couple of videos to showcase their plans for the games, and they did reveal that there will be getting some DLC. And they pretty much briefly showed off a few characters that's going to be pretty much getting some balance updates to them as well, which everybody feels though that the game does need some balance updates, and many people are looking forward to it as well. And I think this is going to be pretty dope, and I'm definitely going to get into this game. And not only that, they pretty much announced that there will be a Switch version that's coming to the spring. So those of you guys who own a Nintendo Switch will also be able to gain access and get their hands on DNF Duel. So DNF Duel still got some energy left in them in this game. I don't think the game is going to go anywhere. There's a place for this game, and I'm definitely going to hop into it a bit more and even stream it as well. So that covers that. And then next up, we have Dragon Ball Fighterz announcement as far as rollback netcode and talks of next gen releases. So we'll be able to expect, or we should be expecting about, you know, Dragon Ball Fighterz coming to the Xbox Series X and also the PS5, which I think they'll be pretty cool. Get that over to next gen hardware. And also during the Dragon Ball tour of 2022 to 2023 finals, they gave pretty much an announcement to expect that there should be a beta coming really soon, right around the corner, where people will be able to get their chance to essentially be able to play the game and roll back netcode, which is something essentially that we still don't know when when it's gonna be happening. And a lot of the fans are really upset, saying, hey, you guys are mentioning it, but can we at least know when we better get our hands on this rollback netcode? So we have to wait and see. But the fact is that Dragon Ball Fighterz is getting rollback netcode really has everybody hype, and it's definitely going to get me to get back into the game and give it a try, because I did play this game here on this channel and even streamed it a few times, and I really enjoyed Dragon Ball Fighterz. I really love that game, and to see it get rollback netcode would definitely keep the game alive even longer than what it had already sustained itself so far, and it definitely have more players jump into it because of knowing the fact that the game has rollback netcode. And I'm looking forward to what other Arc System Work games is going to get rollback netcode farther down the line, and what new games that's in the pipeline as far as fighting games concerned coming from that studio itself. So definitely let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about rollback netcode coming to Dragon Ball Fighterz, and can you sustain or keep your hype intact, knowing the fact is that we still have yet to really get an official announcement of when we'll be able to get our hands on this beta for the rollback netcode. And last but not least, Mortal Kombat 12. It appears that Ed Boon had mentioned that there would not be any announcement from the Game Awards regarding Mortal Kombat 12. Mortal Kombat 12 is something that's been highly anticipated. Many people has been waiting for this, and people has been following a pattern as far as how NetherRealm Studios make their announcements for their games. It seems like it's always a every 2 years mark. Every 2 years you either get a new Injustice game, and then 2 years after Injustice you get a Mortal Kombat, and then rinse and repeat. But it looks like this will be like what, the 4th Game Awards where Ed Boon hasn't really appeared to show anything as far as Mortal Kombat, and many people are scratching their heads wondering what the hell is going on. Ed Boon has yet to announce anything, and he pretty much essentially left a tweet. He says, 4 years ago, the Game Awards, we managed to pull off a surprise announcement of Mortal Kombat 11, which turns out to be great, perhaps too great, as many assumed. We'll repeat that trick for our next game. Thank you for anticipation, but we are not ready to announce the next NetherRealm Studios game yet. Now, this is the thing. This tweet in itself really marks a whole lot of different interpretations, because he's also saying that we're not ready to announce the next NetherRealm Studios game yet. Now, this can also raise a couple of questions. Will it actually be Mortal Kombat, or in fact be Injustice itself? But if it's not that, could it also probably mean that there could be just a brand new IP coming from NetherRealm Studios themselves? We just have to just wait and see. But it seems like a lot of Mortal Kombat fans, or just NetherRealm Studios fans, are, you know, really hyped and really disappointed, because they ready to move on to the next game. And as far as NetherRealm games and my relationship with them is I have a good time with them for a little bit. I think my only issue is that they constantly keep updating every 5 minutes, and the games constantly change. And it seems like NetherRealm Studios, they don't really stick around with their games that long. Like I said, it's always the 2-year mark, and they're ready to move on to the next game. And the current games you're playing don't really sit down to breathe, and then you're ready to move on from that point. So the fact is that fans are ready for it, since it's been 4 years since they made an announcement. I think it's about time to see what they have in store. And I would agree that I would like to see what the next fighting game from them would be on next gen hardware, such as the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and how visually stunning it's going to be, and also how the gameplay is going to be as well, and whether or not if it's going to be a brand new IP. That's really got me really curious. But that pretty much wraps up this roundup. I hope I gave you guys enough news and information regarding what's going on at FGC surrounding these particular titles. And I think I'm going to do this more often when there's really smaller topics where they don't really deserve a video to itself, because it's little to almost no information. It's more so just me giving my opinion to it. I think I'm going to do these much more often, just like how I did my RPG roundups as well. So definitely your thoughts in the comment section below. Would you like some more FGC roundups in the near future? And definitely hit that like button, because it helps me out here on YouTube. So this is MugenLord signing off. See you Game Fiends later. Peace out.